Are we live?
I see Robot Masters jumping out of a Wily capsule on the P4P Marathon twitch.tv subscribe/stream.
I think that's enough of an indication that we are live. What's up, everybody? I'm Mannix86. I'm joined by one of my favorite commentators, Mr. Cat55. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. But I'm happy to see this run.
Yep, because nobody else would. Just kidding. Alright, so we're going to play some Mega Man 4 Game Boy. We're not going to waste too much time here. I think we're a little bit behind, so to respect everybody, we're just going to get going here. So timer starts. When I hit game start, I'll do it on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
First Robot Master is going to be Pharaoh Man. This is Mega Man 4 after all. Just a note for people who follow the Mega Man 4 run for a long time, there is a soft reset that kind of happens before we started timing. It's kind of silly to keep it in there at this point, so we got rid of it. Otherwise, if you recognize, if you know the Mega Man 4 NES game, you'll recognize a lot of features of this stage. We already got the quicksand here. There's gonna be more. Differences between this game and its NES counterpart. You're noticing already probably that Mega Man 5 styled giant charge shot. What's different is there's a little bit of recoil on it. Otherwise, a lot of these enemies, they're pretty similar.
What more could we have than mummies in the next screen, I wonder?
More mummies and more ladybugs. One of the things about 4 Game Boy that's just a little annoying, some of the layouts for a lot of screens are kind of the same. This is like the second one of these rooms we've seen. Ringman is the biggest offender for this, but it's not that bad. We don't have, well, I'll let this next screen happen.
Yes!
Okay.
One of the million worries out of the way.
So yeah, we don't have the floating heads that we do over the spikes from the NES game. We have those little falling tiles instead with the fun falling features. Pharaoh Man's arena is a lot smaller, so it's a lot shorter, but the fight's pretty much exactly the same as the NES counterpart. You just gotta watch that recoil as you're trying to do things, because when you're getting bounced back in the air by it, you can't jump.
I missed one there, but it should be like a 222. It's not great.
You survived.
My benchmark is usually sub 220. I'll go, but 222 for a marathon.
We're still in there. Pharaoh shot works a lot like the NES version. I believe you don't get the sort of doubled shot if you hit with the shot over your head. I forget if that actually uses weapon energy right away.
It doesn't.
You definitely have to charge again before you can shoot.
If you're sliding, it'll keep it. If you're hitting an enemy while sliding, we'll actually use this at the end of this level.
So Ringman, Mannix gave me a couple of notes before this run started, and the notes for Ringman are that this is a complete mess of a stage. He's absolutely right. It kind of takes the concepts of the NES stage, and this is just a mess of all of them.
Take it a little safe there.
The only thing missing from this stage are the hippos. I wouldn't worry about the hippos too much, though.
They're not hungry today, I hope.
They're hungry for more later on.
Oh my god. The one place I didn't want to get hit.
They just didn't have the stones to be here. You'll get that joke later, everybody.
Took that health there, so I have enough to do a
Little bit of
double D
respawning there.
boost. Oh my god, Will Cannon.
Ooh.
Now I don't have enough. I'll have to do the first one traditionally. And I bounced.
These rings mini bosses are pretty much the same as always. A pain.
Yep, and I don't know how much my ammo will be per ring.
Getting up in their face just to make sure you get it. These last couple of screens, I mean, you've seen it 2 times already. For the unawares, there are kind of P-chips instead of bolts in this game. I think this was the first Mega Man game that actually had a shop. So the small keys are worth 2. The big ones, enemies won't drop the big ones. They're worth 8 though.
I normally do that ring with a Pharaoh, but because I wasted some on the springs, I wanted to make sure I had enough here, which is more important. And I did a good decision, because look at that Pharaoh remaining.
Nice. I'm not sure how similar Ring is exactly to NES. Like, Chelney likes to show off that you can kind of go in there and just dodge Ringman forever.
Yeah, he's
It
scripted.
looked like he has a similar pattern.
He is scripted, and normally you don't have any health going into it, so I could have taken a hit there, but I didn't. And everybody's favorite stage, the man with no love, where the frog blew up.
He has the strongest weapon. It hits everything on the screen.
So we're gonna see one thing for the first time here, and it's the knockback of the power charge. In this game, whenever you do a power shot or a charge, I guess, you get kicked back a little bit, and it might not seem like much, but it's actually really annoying in a lot of places. You can miss jumps, you can die.
You really have to be careful with it.
And here we're gonna fight the mini boss, the big snail. Really difficult.
It doesn't beam in, so you can't just use Brightman to stop to get past it. You have to slide on its head instead.
Was a lot of drops. That screen is one of the laggiest in the game. Not much you can do about it.
Game Boy Mega Man in general, starting with 3, is really laggy. 4 not quite as laggy as 3, but I think it's a little more laggy than 5. They just got better as they went along.
That was a nice screen. I call that
Skipping
the
the
fish
free tank.
jump. For the record, I only know this game with world record strats, so I am going in this with only world record strats. That's a very bad marathon thing to do. But I feel at this point I know the game better this way than any other way. Missed the ring there, I shot it just a little bit in the iframes. Thanks for the good luck, Strizer, and also everybody else.
It does fulfill the traditional video game boomerang function.
This game is impossible to read chat, so just saying. Although we do have pretty long cutscenes.
It's true. We should get people in between these cutscenes, like you're saying.
So I'm going for the dog skip in this. It's one of the coolest Mega Man Game Boy tricks out there, I would say. So I really want to land it.
It actually is.
And I'll lose a minute if not more, if I miss it, and I'll still try again, just to make sure.
Brightman stage, also, you know, the themes of the NES game are here, even if it's a little different. I think we get these weird drop-down platforms in the dark in this game, as opposed to all those swoopy platforms for the most part.
We get swoopies too.
Swoopy platforms will make their appearance.
You'll notice I slide a lot on platforms. Not only is it faster, but it also reduces lag significantly on Game Boy and quiet time.
I did not put reduced lag to slide.
First try, baby!
Nice. Nothing much to that. It's exactly what you saw there. Just use rush coil and don't land on the spikes.
Switching weapons will despawn them, so you can switch back quickly to recast them. It's very similar to using the
resummon rush.
the black hole in V. Here's the swoops, and I'll slide on it just to save a little bit of time here and there. I'll grab the letter to reduce lag as well, so lag management is the biggest thing on Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
That's really dangerous. I don't
Ring
even
is
know why I went
nice
for that.
too here because it has a slightly bigger hitbox than most lemons.
Lemons? I thought they were eggs.
That little weight down platform will get destroyed by spikes if it touches it, so that was really tight gap you had to squeeze in there. Nice thing about Rain Flush in the Game Boy version is it will hit Brightman twice. That said,
Brush coil is not the
I wasn't sure how
strat.
much you were going to use Pharaoh.
Uh-oh. I should have not jumped there. That was a bad idea.
Shouts to Bright.
Bright being bright. You can
He's got
use
some kind of ideas.
the pattern he gave me. If I would have stayed on Pharaoh, I probably could have had a really good fight. That was not a very good fight, and I only finished 6 seconds off my gold, so all things considered. Oh, by the way, if you need to grab a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that, there's a 1-minute cutscene coming up about your favorite console, the Wii U.
This is, I think, like one of the greatest cutscenes in Mega Man. Not Wily's eyebrows. His eyebrows, while legendary, are not what we're focusing on here.
I agree with you there. This cutscene really shows off what a little Game Boy could do.
Like, you never see this. Like, Mega Man 8's the only other game that really tried anything like this. Emphasis on try.
For the curious of speedruns, I am
Mega
25
Man's just gonna
seconds
stand on the
over
other side
my
of a
PB.
forest and blow away a fortress.
Like 6 buster shots and an entire mainframe of Wily is down.
Don't forget to show off that slide.
I did it just for you.
Unfortunately, the satellite dish is RNG. You can only hit it when it's opened up, and it may or may not actually open up.
That was a 1 cycle.
When it does open up, you just want to make sure you don't destroy that fire. Very nice 1 cycle. Destroying the fire will close the eye up again immediately.
Here I jump in the door and shoot a buster just
I
so
will
can
note
hit that
here
missile.
too, the Game Boy Mega Man games for 2, 4, and 5, as soon as you get past the first 4 Robot Masters, you do not get your weapon energy back between stages. So we are in sort of NES Wily stage territory for weapon energy management.
Was that Cell? Dragon Ball fans? Did you guys just see Cell?
P is for perfection. I forget the rest of the words.
P's for Buster. Hit with the program.
Oh, okay. I believe Vegeta once said, "You're either not perfect, or you're me."
So that we're doing Dustman stage next, right? Oh wait, Crystal? Why? Why are we what's going on, Cat?
Crystals are just compressed dust, right?
Not the answer I was looking for. So why am I fighting a Mega Man 5 boss?
Well, Mega Man Game Boy games usually have 4 Robot Masters from the game they're actually numbered after, and then 4 from the next one. So we fought 4 Mega Man 4 NES robots, now we get 4 Mega Man 5 NES robots.
That was a really
Crystal,
good show.
Napalm, Stone, and Charge here.
There is one spot where you can die from the charge. If I had shot it too early, I would have kicked back in the air. That's why you see me just stall. That was reactionary.
One other thing for this game specifically we have to deal with, you see that W letter on the left? We have to spell Wily before we can actually enter Wily's final fortress. If we don't spell Wily, we have to go back and find the letters later on.
The ring can also grab stuff there. If you let it go in a wall, it'll go up until it stops in a place where it can. Little mishap there, no big deal. My motto in this game is don't die. Everything else is fine. Here you gotta watch
Mega Man
the
5
moves.
gets this rap too, but 4 Game Boy is also on it. The stages, especially Crystal Man, is the longest. Stages are really long.
I'm gonna go with the triple D boost strat here because I'm full HP.
Bright is sort of the safe strat, but it's a slower strat.
If you take damage, you only deboost 2 of those guys, and they take forever to be vulnerable with their little charging thing. And they actually pack quite a punch. I think it's 5 damage on them.
It's probably 6, because I think a full life meter is 19 hit points.
So one thing we didn't mention about Game Boy Mega that might not be apparent initially is all the sprites for the size of the screen are very oversized, so you actually have less reaction time in a sense to everything. Everything like is immediately in your face.
I can hear the other NES Mega Man players talking too about how Mega Man's jumps are so much floatier on Game Boy, and everything just feels a little slower.
Here's a spike. Here, if you drop and immediately drop your shot, you'll
Oh yeah.
get a kickback into the spike. That's why I would take a few safe steps there.
Crystal Man, pretty much exactly the same as NES, except we're using rings.
Good fight. I missed one
Nice
ring.
fight.
So you intentionally take the bullets during your iframes because they cause an intense amount of lag, but you leave one on screen so he just kind of jumps around until he starts shooting. So you absorb 2 or 3 if you can.
You know, I was about to answer Squidman with a serious answer about how Ring Boomerang works nothing like the gyro, whatever it is, but I now realize exactly what he's saying. They're both round and they slice things. I got it. Put that crystal on a ring. Napalm's Man stage, I would say, is probably the most different from its original version. We still have the tigers jumping around, but after that, it just loses its jungle theme, I feel like.
Yeah, there's nothing jungly about this.
That might be on purpose when you think about it, but...
I do want to give a little warning here that I always do. I'm going to use the Bright Stopper quite a bit in this stage, which causes splash. So if you have sensitivity to light or seizure, etc., this is probably not a stage you want to look at right now. Oh yeah, that is what I want. I was like, that's not a buster.
Right, very useful for freezing everything so you can move along.
And it starts
Game
here.
Boy Mega Man 4 also, those missiles jumping out of pits, you see them a lot later on too, and that is why I can't play any late Wily stage in any Mega Man game without like suspecting the pit's going to kill me.
One thing as well about Game Boy Mega is it's not really about heavy mashing. A lot of games require heavy mashing Mega. This one, it's all about timing. So if you're not a heavy
That's
masher, this
true.
could be your
Like,
game.
You just can't mash very much on Game Boy.
It's a refreshing change.
Not even a controller issue, it just doesn't process it.
It just gives me a chance to be as good as Colonel Fatso at this game.
Colonel Fatso played Mega Man 5 Game Boy once. I love Colonel Fatso, you should all follow him. After you follow Mannix as well, though.
Alright, I missed one crystal, but it's alright. So we also want to finish in the middle, because Mega Man will walk slowly to the middle if you don't. That's why you always want to see me walk towards the middle.
Good fight, good fight.
There's a lot of things I want to say right now, but I'm
Stone
not
was
going
always
to jinx
probably
the
my
run.
least favorite stage. There's just way too many things kind of floating out in the middle of jumps and pits and... Ugh.
Yep, and we're going to go for the bat jumps.
I think we still get the Mama Mets here. And whatever those sliding traffic cones are.
Cones that actually work.
I never know what else to refer to those things as. Hey, we found the hippos. I told you you'd get the joke eventually.
The rings will actually go under these enemies' shields, which is why I use it there. Oh man, I got hit. So you can actually jump underneath that bat, but it's about a 5 pixel. I'd say I'd go for it. I'm gonna recharge my Pharaoh.
Good choice. I think the full charge from a tile underneath the shield enemies will also take them out. It just takes more time than using the ring. We actually saw it there too. It's a minor thing about Game Boy Mega Man 3 and 4. You can start charging through screen transitions. Given the amount of lag generated
I'm
by
gonna take
holding
it
charge,
slower here, so this
it's actually
is the
something you can
intended
take advantage
strat.
of. That ring drop was nice.
You wish that was Mega Man V. Did you see all those?
I know. these Game Boy Mega Man games where you don't get your weapon energy back the second half of the games, a lot of times, you know, you end up with a route and you end up needing another weapon drop someplace. Like 19 times out of 20, you'll get that drop. But that last run, oh boy, I hope you're ready to improvise.
I really want to go for this one, but that drop canceled it. If you don't get a drop there, you can also jump underneath the bat. Do a little bit of swag here, grab the letter with the ring. It saves like 0.3 seconds actually.
Don't forget the L.
So here we just do
Stone
light
Man,
taps
pretty
and
much
let him
the
jump
exact same
over.
as his NES counterpart.
That was a perfect pattern. You can give you a high jump where he goes invulnerable for like 3 seconds. Did not happen.
Nice ring to open the fight, since he would have been left with 1 hit point if you hit him, what is it, 6 times? Yeah.
I 1-800-CHOO-CHOO.
I feel like Charge Man himself is actually easier on Game Boy.
The stage is quite annoying. There's a lot of 3-tile slides, like 1 tile higher and 3 tiles long, that even a slide jump.
There's really one important question here. How many chicken rooms do we have, and how many dedications do you have to give out?
I thought it was the same chicken over and over. I don't know. Let's count them. That was 1.
That's definitely a chicken room. These 3-tile spike jumps are not trivial, especially with the bouncing train. You have to take a little bit of care as you're making your way through it.
Messed that room up.
You never
that's
played
all.
Game Boy Mega Man 4 or 5, by the way? There are pieces of E-Tanks lying around. We're not going for them, but you need to get 4 tiny E-Tanks to get 1 usable full E-Tank.
I feel bad because I didn't know that's what that was. But I believe you now.
I forget if they have like an official name in the manual, but the piece of an E-Tank sort of description gets it.
That was actually, like, I messed up some parts, but I did not die, so that was a good trade-off. We're gonna try to do a D-boost into him here. Go for the 1 cycle. Oh, he wasn't cooperative.
Use everyone's favorite weapon in Power Stone.
Oh, he double charged. That's the worst pattern you can have. You just want him to walk. Oh, 3 charges. 5. I'm dead. I couldn't even get out of that. What is this pattern?
Oh no.
I've never seen that before. All charges.
It's because I said Charge Man's easier on Game Boy at the beginning of the stage. I'm sorry.
Oh look, he 5 charges in a row. Wow. And now you walk when I, like, almost die. Oof. Charge Man, everybody.
We're out of there.
Oh my god.
First try. Good job, Max. Good job. This marathon run is on world record pace.
Just to give you an idea, I just lost 46 seconds on that fight. A boss fight.
Oh. Like, I love the Game Boy Mega Man games, but sometimes they do bad things to you.
And
Oh,
it's
there's
Canada.
Rush Jet. Bet you were wondering where he was.
Just jetting around. We're gonna pay another trip to
I
sell.
love this fortress music. If you play the bonus stages on Mega Man 10, you might recognize some of the themes between that one and this one. The background music, that is.
Perfect Cell.
He did it his way.
I don't have a lot of rocks. That's his
Just like the
weakness.
first fight, the far left wall, you won't get bodied, but we're just gonna walk right into his hitbox, it looks like.
Well, I was worried I didn't have enough stone because of the mess up on charge, but I'm okay. We're gonna get a refills shortly anyway.
Mega Man 4 and 5 force you to go to the shop once, and that's a really convenient shop to spend all those P-chips we've been collecting.
I don't even know how to go to the shop intentionally by heart in case I mess up.
Wow. I think it's select on the stage select screen.
That sounds right. There's only
I
4
think
buttons
you also have
and
the
I
option
pressed
to
all
go
3.
to it from the menu on a game over.
We gotta watch, these missiles do quite a bit of damage.
There's escape sequence though.
So this is Blade Cracker, probably the most OP weapon of the game.
It is an 8-directional shot with a nice explosion on the end, so it's really useful.
It does cause lag, but it tears everything in one shot, or 2. It's a pretty sad escape, but
Nice escape.
we've escaped. Oh, come on, Gab. Everything is nice to you.
Yeah, you got out of there. It's a marathon run. I've got to be supportive.
It's a marathon escape, I like that.
Just think, in another like 10-15 minutes, we can escape the marathon.
I gotta read back on chat because I see a bunch of people talking about cab jokes and dad jokes. I must have missed something.
The only one I've done is the hippos having the stones to show up before they showed up in Stone Man stage.
So we need 80 P chips. The little
So
Ps
that
we can
little
collect.
meter arrow thing, well, it's a weapon refill to get between stages. I think that's the only thing we're buying.
Yes, sir. By the way, how many ships does Wily have? This is what, his like 40th ship?
This is the 3rd giant space station. In 3 Game Boy, he opted for a floating castle instead of a space castle. His starships just keep getting bigger too. This one is like a what would you call a Star Destroyer class ship anyway? It's a capital ship. Shouts to the miniaturized Mega Man 3 final boss.
I don't know where he gets who approves these projects. Canada won't even give us a gun shop and he gets like spaceships.
I just want to know where he keeps getting the parts.
So this boss actually mimics some of your weapon use. There's a ring, that's the second best one. And we're gonna go really close here. Good fight.
Nice.
Go close because he walks automatically to this point, so might as well get there.
This is the part where I was talking about earlier, where those missiles give me nightmares to this day. Like, every one of them has one of those Napalm Man missiles popping out of the pit.
Bright Stop is our best
Doesn't
friend.
want the E-Tank. Bold decision. Fortune favors the bold, from what I'm told.
There's another one after if I change my mind. We'll use some neat ring grab here to refill our Pharaoh.
Pharaoh's just too good. The top of those shield enemies being something you can walk on is something I never quite got.
This boss splits, but there's only one that's
Use
real.
the first eyes.
I have an extra life, so I'm going for this.
The lag's the worst part.
And we got it. That jump is ridiculous.
Nice.
And we got the chicken kill on peak jump. Here's a lot of weapon switch.
Yeah, this last section is just full of weapon swaps, especially with the mummies here.
Here's another
Followed by
E-Tank.
more
Nah.
eyes.
We're gonna use a
These
neat
guys
trick here where
getting
we hit
E-Tanks
each
everywhere.
eye in the top left corner. To hit it twice right there. We're just about to enter the refights.
This is actually the first Game Boy Mega Man game to have refights.
And we start with good old Toad.
So the third to have capsules. They actually split it up so the 4 robots are on the left and the 5 are on the right.
Fortunately, it's almost counterclockwise in this, except for one capsule. There's no brain damage like in this order. So here I want him to shoot. I don't want him to freeze.
I don't think we have a hit point manipulation of Pharaoh Man's freezing you in this version.
One thing about Pharaoh, which was
Fortunately, Toad hits him twice.
in the former world record, if he flashes and you're entirely in his hitbox, sorry, you die instantly. And it happened to Tremaine, the former world record holder and Mega Man pioneer, I would say, on Game Boy. So for the longest time, we had a death in the
I
world
did
record.
not know that.
Ring exactly the same.
Yeah, Tremaine put in a lot of the work on these Game Boy games.
I got hit there, but I had enough HP. That would have been a death in a normal run in the first fight. So here we'll have a variation. We'll keep Pharaoh and throw it up in the air at Crystal for extra damage. Oops, wrong way. Then we're gonna absorb those shots.
Don't need Pharaoh for anything else.
Nope. Now let's hope for a better charge here. Oops, wrong slide. I don't know why all the capsules point you to the right, but that one points you to the left. Well, I had a chance to show off something.
It's actually
and I
not
didn't.
that hard to hit charge with more than one stone in this version.
What you actually want to do is deboost into him and walk with him inside his hitbox. So every time you cast the rocks, they all immediately go away and cause no lag. But I couldn't achieve that. Sorry, viewers. There's the infamous high jump. That jump is very hard. There's about a 3 frame for that, 3 or 4. That started out as a much better fight, but and that was actually really good. Alright, so
Dua crystals got him.
there's 3, we're about to go to Wily. There's 3 phases to it, and time is when the health is gone on the 3rd phase.
One more cutscene.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. Forgot to switch to Rush. I'll have time. There's a crystal on the top, you'll use Rush and jump higher and switch to crystal to hit him while you're in the air.
Yeah, first phase, you need to kind of hit this power source that I guess is like a pendant location or something. It's weak to crystals. The intended way to do this is to just ride the fists.
You want the straight fist to come out, not the one slamming down. And I missed the slamming down one. So we want to kill him in the middle here like this. If there's a fist on screen, it'll come out really slowly and then Mega Man will walk to the middle. That was not a very good phase. We're gonna go for the 1 cycle in the 2nd phase. If I slide into his face from a specific point, I'll be able to hit some fillet crackers in his mouth before he closes it. Oh, we missed one.
Ah. Can
And
you take
this
the hit?
I won't have to. Somebody don't know this. You can actually stop him with the buster. It's 4
Normally,
damage for a hit.
because stopping with the buster takes a lot of time, you just take the hit, but health was a concern.
Yep. Alright, final phase. I have some sound cues here, so I'm just gonna ask him some quiet time as to when he appears. Time is on the last hit. Time.
Nice.
42.58 on my splits.
That's actually the only Wily capsule on Game Boy. Good job.
That is a marathon PB for me. For those interested, the world record is held by me at 39.55. That was not happening, not with the charge I got alone. Ugh.
Yeah, there are 3 times below 44 minutes on the leaderboard, so this is really good. It's just you, Tremaine, and Will WC who had the record before Tremaine.
Alright, so I know we got some more Classic Mega coming up, so first off, Cad, thanks for joining me. It made the run a lot easier, a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody watching.
Thanks for inviting me.
If you want to play this game, hit me up. There's a tutorial I've made on YouTube as well that you can catch. It's about 3 hours long, so enjoy the show. Obviously the Mega Man Discord is great, and Just a friendly reminder that we are doing this for Save the Children, so if you haven't donated yet, think about it. Do you have anything to add, Cab?
Let's throw in what you can for Save the Children. Maybe we can get up, make that 4 digits, get that $1,000 mark before we're done here. For what you said to the Game Boy Mega Man community, yeah, we do have the handheld channel of the Classic Mega Man Discord. 1 and 2 are by far the most popular games, but 3, 4, and my favorite of 5 are strong. We need more runners. Jump in. They're fun games. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. There should be a fanfare in like 2 seconds.
Stick around, we got a 4-way race of Mega Man 2 randomizer. Signing out.